Hi, everyone. It's great to have you here. I'm Tracy Yunkin, and I'm passionate about helping healthcare leaders stay ahead of the curve when it comes to new technologies by simplifying IT concepts into business-oriented language. So whether you're struggling with data initiatives, trying to make informed decisions about new technologies, or dealing with the constant changes in the market, I got you covered. Now, for those of you that have joined us in our last session, it's great to see you back. And today we're going to be taking a deeper dive into the exciting world of generative AI. So this week, we're going to look at how generative AI is being used in healthcare. So generative AI, which is a subset of artificial intelligence, is a game changer. And unlike traditional AI models, which classify, recognize, or predict patterns in data, generative AI takes a leap forward. It generates entirely new data, images, or content that mirror the patterns that it has learned during its training process. So this unique capability opens up a world of possibilities, especially in healthcare. So I'd like to thank Dr. Adair Chesley for sharing the McKinsey article titled Tackling Healthcare's Biggest Burdens with Generative AI. It provides an excellent overview of how this technology is revolutionizing medical research, diagnosis, and treatment planning. One of the most exciting aspects of generative AI is its ability to analyze unstructured data sets. Now, while much attention has been given to patient data captured in clinical notes, diagnostic images, and medical charts, the potential of unstructured data goes way beyond that. We've got unstructured operations data, financial analysis, and non documented patient interactions. Now, those are often overlooked or accounted for when you're thinking about unstructured data. So, I want to bring you a real world example that I encountered at HIMSS 23. Now, Epic has integrated Azure's HIPAA compliant GPT-3 directly into the provider workflow. And in the one demo that I saw, the AI read a refill request, it teed up a pre written note for the provider, and it allowed the provider to manually accept the message before sending it out. Now, this is just one way that generative AI can reduce cognitive load for routine decision making tasks. Now, if you want to know more about cognitive load, I talked about that last week during this time. But however, as we continue to identify these use cases for generative AI, we must also adopt a human in the loop approach as highlighted in the McKinsey report. Now, healthcare practitioners will need to facilitate and monitor the AI generated suggestions until they are confident that the AI has learned and is consistent in its reply. Now, this approach is crucial for building trust because, as we know, with any technology, adoption happens at the speed of trust. Now, as we think about this technology, we must also address the ethical challenges that come with generative AI. Human oversight is necessary to monitor data quality and account for inherent bias in the original data sets that these models have been trained on. You know, data biases can occur due to varying resources, and health data from the US may not directly align with conditions in regions like India or Africa due to lifestyle, dietary habits, or genetic differences. And there's a great podcast about this, Ernst and Young did. Well, that being said, generative AI outputs could reflect these biases and potentially influence people's perceptions, and that gets baked into areas of health and equity. Well, those ethical considerations that are surrounding generative AI are indeed serious, and they are being addressed by governmental and regulatory bodies. So we have regulatory bodies like the FDA, which oversee good clinical practice in clinical trials, or GPCs, will need to define guidelines to keep human bias out of the data collection activities and those processing activities. And I talk about this too in a previous episode when I talk about health equity. In conclusion, generative AI is a powerful tool with the potential to unlock substantial improvement opportunities in healthcare. And those improvements are estimated to be worth about $1 trillion, according to McKinsey. That's $1 trillion a year. Now, it sets itself apart by its capacity to generate new data, images, or content based on the patterns it's learned from the existing data, and it makes it a valuable tool for creating applications, research, and innovative solutions in healthcare. Generative AI has the power to change healthcare in ways that we probably don't even know right now, understand, or can even fathom. So, as healthcare leaders, I pose this question to you. Where are the generative AI conversations happening in your organization these days? You know, are you driving them? Is someone else driving them? And how are you introducing them to your organization? You know, I really want to say let's embrace this revolution and lead the change that is changing the future of healthcare. But before we can do that, you've got to get uncomfortable. You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and you need to embrace the future of healthcare. I want you to discover the power of AI for your company. It's complicated, so let's collaborate. You know what? Reach out and let's have a talk. All right. Well, thank you for being here. Next week, I'm going to be talking about generative AI in healthcare, but I'm going to be bringing you some very specific use cases that are out and happening right now. All right. We'll catch you here again next week. Thanks. Bye.